Luka, we see some of the things, the turnovers, the fast break points. Where did you notice that the game was going like that, and how did you feel like or why did you feel like you guys weren't able to snap out of it?
Yeah, that was my fault. No way I can have 9 turnovers in the game. So in that second quarter, instead of just they were giving me the shots instead of shooting the ball, I feel like I was trying to get involved, but there's no way I should have 9 turnovers.
And not to ask you to go through all 9 of them, but did you feel like they were a result of your decision making, or was there certain Phoenix schemes that were causing you to cough the ball up?
I feel like definitely it was different defense than other teams. Kind of trying to let me go score instead of creating for others. So it was kind of confusing. But like I say, just can't have that.
Luka, ¿hubo algo en particular en la defensa de Phoenix que te sorprendió o que te obligó a ajustar tu juego en este partido?
No, nunca ajustaré mi juego. Juego lo que sé jugar. Han jugado una grandísima defensa hoy y con eso hay que mejorar nosotros.
Luka, you guys have this was the first of a stretch of games against teams that have winning records, that play with similar sort of pace and style. What needs to change, do you feel like, an approach and energy as you guys go down this road trip?
First of all, take care of the ball, obviously, but then just be more physical. I feel like they make a lot of shots too, so we gotta work on that too. So take care of the ball on the offense end and be more physical on the defensive end.
Just looking ahead to Toronto, I know you guys just wrapped up this game, but what stands out to you about the season they've had up to this point?
I don't watch much NBA, sorry. So I know they have a good record. I love the coach they have. I know he has them playing physical, but so we're gonna see in the scouting report.
Luka, živijo, si danes zjutraj potem uspel gledati tekmo reprezentance, kako si doživel, pa kako si videl Alena Omića v vlogi kapetana, tvoji pravzaprav vlogi. Hvala.
Ja, super se igrali, veliko boljše kot prvo tekmo, tako da vsak čas sem fantom, vsi so se borili od prvega do zadnjega, tako da mislim, da so si res zaslužili to zmago.
You guys have had stretches in games where you've been disorganized or the ball hasn't popped the right way, and you guys have generally found your way out of it. What did you see early in the third quarter? I mean, you guys came out, I think it was a shot clock violation on the first play. They got a dunk on the second. Like, did it just feel like you guys were reaching for something that you guys could never quite grab tonight?
I think we just tried to share the ball a little bit more, obviously, because a lot of that, the offenses didn't end in the shot because we had so many turnovers, specifically me. So we're just trying to, I think, get to sharing the ball, trying some new things, but it didn't work out. Thank you.
Biggest takeaway, what would you think the biggest difference was?
Very simple. Talked about it before the game to you guys and to the team. If you don't play hard against that team, you're going to get exposed. So, you multiple times in the first half, we have a numbers advantage in transition on the defensive end, and guys just run by us. We talked about matching their physicality. Didn't do that to any extent at any point in the game. Maybe there's brain fog from 3 and 4 nights. I don't know. I don't remember ever talking about going under versus lasers and Gillespie's making threes and Royce O'Neal's making threes going under. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird sort of thing. It really is. It's like the Monstars taking over the people that you've grown to coach, and they're not doing anything that they normally do. It's weird.
And I suppose a lot of that is just reflected in the turnovers, the fast break points. It's all kind of part of that, right?
Yeah, I talked about it, I went through everything, all the things that get reflected in playing hard.
Luka pointed to his 9 turnovers and took the blame for the result of tonight. Particularly, he said in the second quarter, he thought like Phoenix's schemes were a little confusing to him. That's the word he used. What do you think of his on-ball execution tonight, and where do you think he could have made some tweaks?
Yeah, in terms of the scheme, they never went to any sort of blitz or shock or anything like that. Mark Williams did a great job of just being big. He's got the second highest standing reach in the NBA. So whether it was a post up, whether it was an off ball thing, whether it was pick and roll, he just was in the middle of the paint the whole time. And their guards did a good job of being physical and forcing us down there. And once you're down there in that tight space, you're not going to get the ball through, and that led to a lot of turnovers.
JJ, you guys have had stretches where you've looked like versions of that team and generally have found your way out of it. Were there moments tonight where you just kind of knew that wasn't going to happen? Did you kind of sense that it was like, it was maybe more of a takeover of Monstars instead of just sort of
the basketball gods reward you, and they also punish you. And so in the moments when we had a chance to be rewarded, we didn't do what we were supposed to do, and we got punished. And that was throughout the game, not just a singular moment.
I think you used the word earlier was weird. You've seen, I think maybe 2 other times this season where you've had similar just not playing hard. Yeah. You've had 17 games, if Matt's correct, of playing hard. Like, how do you digest that bigger picture, especially as you guys enter the quarter or finish up the first quarter of the season?
You got to look at everything, rotations, schemes, all that stuff.
Rui, JJ mentioned that he mentioned brain fog as a word to describe how tonight went. Just what was your perspective on just how you guys performed against the Suns? He mentioned that, some of the schemes or some of the game plan things you guys talked about just weren't executed in ways that you guys have done in previous games.
I think the start of the game, they're ready. I think, this is our second night of back-to-back. We weren't really prepared, I guess. They play harder. They play harder than they were together more, so that's why they got this stuff.
Kind of on that, I think there's only been 2 other times where you guys have maybe been outplayed just from an effort standpoint. How do you guys, square that away when, entering the quarter mark of the season? How do you square tonight's game away?
I mean, it's a long season. We have to. This gonna happen somehow. At some point. So, but I don't think we should. Really think or talk about this. We just gotta clear out, and we got to rest, and we have to prepare for next game. That's one thing about NBA. The game is coming on. Quicker. So I think we have to. Yeah, we just gotta reset it. I think this was one of those games that we kind of have to reset, and we have to make another one.
Rui, 21 turnovers in this game. As you kind of go on the road, what do you think are kind of the biggest adjustments that you need to make? Obviously, you said, kind of next game mentality. What are the biggest adjustments that you think you should make from, now kind of going into this stretch?
Yeah, we just gotta trust each other, and then, passing to each other. Of course, Luka and AR has a lot of. They both have a ball all the time, so they get a lot of attention. Of course, they're trying to blitz them. They're trying to double teams and all that. So all the other guys gotta be in the right spots and be ready to shoot, be ready to make another play. But I think we have to just. We've been good. We've been great. This is one game that we kind of messed it up, but I think today was the game that we didn't really play for each other.
Hey, Rui, I know you're not always getting a ton of plays called for you, but only 1 shot tonight. Do you think that was just lack of aggressiveness, your teammates not necessarily finding you, or what do you think that was?
I mean, yeah, I don't remember when did I have the ball, this whole game. So, I mean, this happened, playing with these guys. I signed up for that. I understand it. So, but with this, I think the whole team and everybody understand that that's not how we're gonna win. Those games that we've been winning, we we've been, passing each other. We've been trusting each other. We do, we play for each other, and then we've been winning these games. So it's a tough one for me, but it is what it is. It's one of those games, and I gotta just, scratch out and play the next game.
八村選手、どうもお疲れ様です。今もちょうど質問にありましたけれども、今日は全然ボールを持つ機会がなくて、フラストレーションみたいなのもあったと思うんですけど、どういう部分が一番ちょっと今日の中では個人的にフラストレーションを感じて、どういうふうにプレーしていこうと思われましたか？
こういうゲームもあると思ってるんですけど、その中で自分もシュートがあまりもらえないときにどういうことでチームに貢献できるかっていうことが大事じゃないかなと思いますし、こうやってずっと彼らとプレーしている中でこういう試合もあるってことはもう分かってますし、その中で僕がどれだけインパクトを与えられるかっていうのが大事じゃないかなと思います。
お疲れ様です。今日、ディフェンスでもディロン・ブロックスに、ついたりとかしてましたけれども、そのあたりではどんなことを意識してディフェンスしてたんでしょうか？
彼はもうフェニックスに行ってからもすごいもっとアグレッシブにやってるプレイヤーで、オフェンスもどんどん毎年上手くなってるプレイヤーなので、そういう中ではしっかりとマークをしろって言われて、言われたんですけど、最初の方はいい感じでシュートを落とせてたんですけど、そういうチームのディフェンスとかもそういうところで隙を抜かれてスイッチのところとかでやられてそのリズムに乗られたと思うので、そこは反省したいなと思います。
今日山本投手がお見になってたと思いますが、支障のない範囲でどんなお話だったのかしたのか。
そうですね、おめでとうございますということで、ジョジャージの優勝おめでとうございますということと、彼も、すごい応援してますということを言われてすごい嬉しかったですし、その中でこうやって日本人が LA でこうやって活躍して、大舞台で、バスケと野球違いますけど、その中でこうやってやってこれてるってことはすごい嬉しいなと思います。Thank you.
Versus one of the best defensive teams in the league. Where and how did this one get away from you?
Turnovers transition points. Obviously on our home floor, and then against a disruptive defense like that, you can't turn the ball over that much. And they're pretty much all pick sixes. They not only turned us over, they was able to convert them.
For you guys who really haven't had trouble offensively, how much does that then kind of disrupt what you guys want to do?
Listen, that happens. It's a long NBA season, but we understand that that's a very good team over there. They took us out of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to execute, and we have to learn from that.
This is the first of 5 straight games against teams with above 500 records. You guys have obviously taken care of teams below 500 records thus far. Is it obviously nothing that you would want to lose a game, but can this be something that can refocus the team as you head out on this road trip?
Well, the road trips should always refocus you no matter how you're playing. I don't think it took for us to have this game tonight to refocus us.
LeBron, you guys are going to have more talent than basically, especially in the starting lineup, than anybody you guys play this teams. And teams around the league have tried to fight talent with speed and pace and effort. Well, what kind of energy does it take to meet that every night? And did you feel like you guys were ever even energy-wise with Phoenix tonight?
I think it was a step ahead of us for sure. Obviously we had a game last night. Obviously I didn't participate in it, but we had to dig deep even to win that game. We was able to close it out kind of early in the fourth, but we still had to play. And guys, we looked like we could have had a little bit more energy versus a team that played that way. So they took advantage of that.
You were on the injury report, like left foot injury management. It wasn't Zadok. Did anything happen in the previous game to re-aggravate the stuff you've been dealing with your foot for the last couple of years, or is it just sort of the stuff you've been dealing with for the last couple of years?
Yeah, it's called old.
Pick a body
You
part?
get it. You understand. Yeah, you understand. Just wake up with shit that you didn't have the night before,
Is your role with this team in particular this season, when things are kind of stuck in the mud, is there an instinct to try to maybe buck what you're doing and get the ball back in your hands? Or, obviously Luka and carries a bigger load generally with this team. And is it kind of you let that play out and then you go from there?
Yeah, you go with what's been working. And obviously, we have opportunity to change pitches and switch pitches, but we go with what's working. Obviously, we didn't play our brand of basketball the way we wanted to play, so it's just one game. We don't get too crazy about it.
Biggest takeaway from this one, Austin?
Played like shit. I'm sorry, TJ. One of those games. We played bad. They played harder than us. That can't happen.
You guys are going to win the talent battle, offensively, especially most nights. The way that teams have tried to make up for that seemingly around the league is by playing crazy hard. What is sort of the energy level required to meet that? And did you feel like you guys were ever at that level tonight?
Nah. I mean, I think just to negate it, I think if we play as hard as the other team, then we'll put ourselves in a good position to win.
How much was it them forcing you guys to turn the ball over, and how much is what you guys being maybe sloppy with the ball?
I mean, I dribbled the ball literally out of bounds one time. So I've done it before. I did it tonight, and at some point I'll probably do it again. But it's just I was bad in that aspect, so I got to be better.
Austin, things in basketball or in any sport can be contagious, right? Shooting, good or bad. Can energy be like that? And if it gets like that, maybe starting kind of like the second quarter today, are there things you've done in the past to be able to turn that whole flow around, in that night as opposed to kind of like the next game?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've done it this year. I think Memphis early in the year, I think we were down 14.5. We ended up winning that game. There's a lot you can do. We play 82 games. You're going to have games like this, but how many of those games that you don't have it can you figure out how to, plug it, in to figure out how to win those games? And tonight we didn't do it.
There are moments on the schedule where you can look at and say, like, okay, like this is going to be tough. You guys are entering one of those stretches right now. What's got to be the message in this room to kind of not let this become a 2 or 3 or 4 game type thing?
I think you more so just flush this one. Like I said, we just didn't play good. We didn't play hard enough. You know that, and you don't let it affect you going forward, but you remember, kind of just what the energy was like, and you do the opposite of that. So, like you said, this is a tough 3-game road stretch. Toronto's playing good, Boston's playing good, Philly's playing good. So, we got to go handle our business.
Thanks, AR.
Perfect.